Good morning, everybody. Well, we're back in the woods, and yeah, I got some wild animals we're already encountering. So, short day today. We're going to do about 10 miles. Just got dropped off at the trailhead, and had a great breakfast, which I made pictures of it this morning. You guys have seen it already. Pancakes. She makes some excellent pancakes. And yeah, weather's good. So far everything's downhill. I got a feeling it probably won't persist, but it's a good day thus far. So yeah, we'll keep you posted as we make our progress, but we should be done pretty early today. Kind of letting the legs rest because we've got a pretty strenuous plan ahead of us for the next week, which includes, you know, a couple 15s and in and out a couple more hostels. Yep, but beyond that, you kind of hit this wilderness section of over 60 miles where there's just nothing, and we're planning on camping at least somewhere around 3 or 4 nights out as we try to get through that. But lots of time to talk about that. We're going to try to use this afternoon to firm up some plans. So again, we'll catch up with you as we get a little bit further down the path. Got a little bit of view through the trees this morning. Beautiful. It is a beautiful morning, that's for sure. Birds are singing and everything's nice. We've had a couple of up and downs, nothing too dramatic. I think that's the way this day is going to go. The weather is still a little cool here. It's going to change in a couple of days. We're going to start seeing highs in the 70s. But this morning it's probably 35. And going to go up to about 55. So seems a little weird for this old boy from Georgia. Talked to my wife, and their biggest concern is managing the pollen. So yeah, everything's turning yellow for all the pollen that's falling. So that time of year when they're switching from winter to spring, it just unfortunately hasn't happened here in Southern Virginia. So yep, one thing I wanted to say is I really enjoyed the stays at the Weary Feet Hostel. This guy's husband and wife crew, they're really working hard. I bet they're putting in 12 hours a day, taking care of a guest, and at the same time trying to refurbish their old place to make it better. They're really committed though, and I really wish them well. This is a beautiful old house. I think they told me it was built in 1902. There was a prison that was erected a few miles up the road, and originally the house belonged to the warden of that prison, and kind of got some cool stories behind it. And I think they're going to not only make it a great business, but end up making it a pretty nice home. So anyway, wish them well. All right, we're going to keep you guys posted as we head up the path. And if I see anything cool, y'all be the second people to see it. It's been a beautiful little hike this morning. Not strenuous at all, really. Just a few little ups, not much. We're now walking through a kind of a lower spot, a gap, a bottom, however you want to say it. You see the creek that's running through it. And the cool of the trees and the mosses and stuff of that nature. It's really pretty. It's interesting to see the differences and understand the differences, how people identify different things. So in the southeast, when you're going through the mountains, these dips between the mountains are most often called gaps. It's usually just a drop off between two mountains, and typically there'll be a Forest Service road, or in some cases a main road that leads through that gap. Now, as you get further up north, they don't talk about gaps anymore. It's called notches. So, and when I was out west, my friends out west, they'll probably agree that when you're down between two mountains, they often call that saddle. They call it a saddle because it kind of resembles, it's a horse saddle between two mountains. So it's kind of interesting to see how people refer to these differences, but it's all kind of the same, right? But yeah, so today is again a pretty quick hike. The plan is just about 10 miles. It was just kind of one of those deals where there wasn't anything in between, and the trail itself kind of dictated how far we could go. You could either do 10 or you could do 25, so we broke it up. We're doing 10 today and 15 tomorrow, and tomorrow will be a little bit more strenuous indeed. But overall, everything's going really well. I look forward to the next several days. It's going to be a bit different from what we've experienced lately. Again, there's probably at least 4 days of kind of wilderness type of hiking where there's just nothing, and we'll be camping and carrying the food for the long haul. So we'll have to handle that one a little bit differently than we have. What I'm trying to say is the party is over, all right? So should be interesting. All right, so just come to a road crossing. Fortunately, I can see way down there is Dutch, and sometimes you have to kind of search for the trail. You can see the white blaze that's on the pole there, and Dutch is down there, so I assume he's got it all figured out, so I'll head down that way. All right, hope everybody's having a great day, and we'll catch up with you down the path. Pretty view. Somewhere down there is probably where we're headed. Right off of that road is that hostel. Got a little bit of a view through the woods.
Hi.
The man.
Hi, Fixin To family and friends, church members. Nice to meet you.
We're recongregating, getting close to the end of the day.
He said we're going to go to the parking lot. That way we get a ride and ride in tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Just put up his head for now.
As usual, Detox is taking the lead as we go through the finish line. We run into a few more of these blowdowns. Let's see how.
Get over this one.
I went back to that poplar and then crossed over. Get to the big one. It's a big step, and then step over. There you go. And just go to the trail ridge, and you'll be good.
All right, jump. Ready?
Beautiful, like a pro. You look like you've been hiking for 600 miles. That's it. Constant battle with these blowdowns. There's so many of them that, you know, you kind of get numb to them a little bit and don't video them much. But the reality of it all is that it slows you down, and you have to be careful. You know, you could twist something or fall or whatever. They're all just a bunch of obstacles. Now, if we were young, we'd say this is a jungle gym kind of playground stuff, but I'm not young. For me, it's more of an obstacle course. Anyway, oh boy, look at that up there. We got lots more stuff to do. We got a lot more work ahead of us. Okay, we'll check with y'all down the trail. All right, so we've made it to a bit of a shortcut. This is a shortcut that leads, if you follow this that way, it'll lead right to the hostel, but that's off the Appalachian Trail. We're just gonna go ahead and finish half a mile or so up to a parking lot, and then the parking lot will be our starting point tomorrow. So we're gonna stay on trail. Nice view from up here. Very nice. I can hear automobile traffic below me, so it tells me we're getting close, getting back to civilization again. So overall, been a great day. The weather has actually improved a bit. I mean, it's been clear, pretty clear all day. You can see how beautiful the skies are, how beautiful blue and white clouds. But it's been pretty all day. It's just been started off kind of cold and windy. I had my hood up a good bit of the day, and now it's kind of nice to be a little bit lower elevation and walking in the sunshine. So all in all, pretty good day. So we're about say about a half a mile, I think, from the parking lot, and from there I think we've got a half a mile road walk back to the hostel itself. But I don't know, we might ask them to come and get us, but I think it's been such a short day anyway, maybe I can convince them, let's just go ahead and walk down the road for a half a mile, get back to the hostel. So we'll see. Check back with y'all a little bit later. All right, we got a cool suspension bridge we get to cross. It's kind of a surprise. I didn't expect that one. Let's check it out. Oh great, we'll have some playing up here.
The shaky suspension bridge.
Oh yeah, I'll let you get across so you don't do me. I don't want to be shaking. Okay, okay. All right, if you want to play, we'll play.
Pretty cool, Mr. Fixin. Good.
Wow. Okay. Beautiful river. Oh boy. Take a step and the bridge comes up and meets my foot. Yeah. Party's over. Alright folks, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here with a pretty good day. 10-mile day, pretty short hike. I've had the opportunity to kind of catch up and rest and relax and have a pretty decent dinner. Y'all saw a picture of the chicken and rice and green beans and biscuits, homemade biscuits. It was delicious. So yeah, 10 miles today, and got some other guests here that's going to play some music, it sounds like. So let's go in here and catch them right quick. Have a good evening.
Hot copper hill on the road, Vegas push way back there in the woods. Well, I look, smell that sweet water and holler. Barrels smash, taste so awful good. When I found the way to that sweet water and holler, gonna sit right back and have myself a swig. Gonna be there for a while as those beers in the barrel go from sweet to sour. Brought some things for us to eat, some friends for us to meet, and sip on shine and dance under the stars. How I love smell that sweet water and holler. Barrel smash taste so awful good.